Each variation in your energy, motivation, or physical strength depends in part on a hormone that acts silently within your body. This hormone influences your metabolism, body composition, sexual function, and several brain mechanisms related to effort. It has accompanied your development since fetal life, plays a role during adolescence, and continues to regulate your physiological balance in adulthood. This hormone is testosterone, and understanding its role helps you better grasp how your body evolves and adapts. Testosterone belongs to the family of steroid hormones, and its production begins with cholesterol. Although often associated with a negative image, cholesterol actually plays a fundamental role by serving as a precursor for the production of many hormones. Thanks to its particular structure, testosterone can act directly on certain cells and modify their function. It influences muscle mass, bone strength, red blood cell production, and several reproductive functions. In men, most production comes from the testes, while women also produce it through the ovaries. The adrenal glands also produce a small amount, complementing what is secreted by the testes and ovaries. The differences in concentration between sexes are significant, but testosterone remains essential for everyone. Its production is never left to chance, because the brain precisely controls the signals that regulate its synthesis. This control is exerted through a complex system called the hypothalamic-pituitary gonadal axis, which continuously adjusts the amount produced to meet the body's needs. Despite this constant regulation, hormone levels naturally vary throughout the day and are strongly influenced by biological rhythm. Concentration is generally higher in the morning, a direct consequence of the circadian cycle and the sleep period. Testosterone plays a major role in maintaining muscle mass by supporting mechanisms of repair and adaptation. It helps muscles adapt to effort, but its action also depends on training quality, nutrition, and recovery. It is the combination of physical training and hormonal environment that helps preserve strength over the years. Testosterone also contributes to bone strength by influencing the processes that maintain their structure. An appropriate hormonal balance helps preserve good bone density and limit certain age-related fragilities. Testosterone also plays a role in red blood cell production, which is essential for transporting oxygen throughout the tissues. This function partly explains its influence on certain physical capacities, even though it is only one factor among many. In the brain, testosterone participates in circuits involved in motivation, effort, and reward perception. It notably influences mechanisms related to dopamine, a neurotransmitter essential for learning and action. However, it does not control human behavior on its own, since genetics, environment, and experience also play a role. Testosterone also contributes to libido in both men and women, despite naturally different concentrations. Sexual desire, however, depends on many factors such as stress, general health, emotions, and relationships. A decrease in libido therefore does not automatically mean that a testosterone problem is present. In men, this hormone also supports reproductive function and the normal production of sperm cells. But higher levels do not guarantee better fertility, because hormonal balance remains essential. Anabolic steroids demonstrate this reality, as a large external supply can block the body's natural production. When the brain detects an artificial excess, it reduces the signals that normally stimulate the producing organs. This interruption can lead to a decrease in internal production and disrupt hormonal balance over time. With age, testosterone may gradually decline, but this evolution varies greatly from one individual to another. Some people maintain relatively stable levels thanks to good overall health and a favorable lifestyle. The decrease in testosterone with age is therefore not solely linked to time passing, but also to the body's general condition. Lifestyle, metabolic health, and certain environmental factors can profoundly influence its evolution. One of the factors most associated with hormonal decline is excessive accumulation of abdominal fat. Fat tissue is not just an energy reserve. It also produces signaling molecules, including adipokines and inflammatory cytokines, which disrupt physiological balance. When visceral fat increases, these signals become more inflammatory and can interfere with several hormonal mechanisms. This situation can then create a cycle in which weight gain and hormonal imbalances progressively reinforce each other. Type 2 diabetes and insulin resistance are also associated with lower testosterone levels in some individuals. These metabolic disorders alter the body's general functioning and can affect hormonal regulation. Sleep plays an essential role, because a large part of hormone production depends on nighttime recovery. A sleep deficit can reduce testosterone concentration and impair several energy-related functions. When lack of sleep becomes chronic, the effects also impact muscle recovery and metabolic balance. Prolonged stress also influences this hormone by keeping the body in a state of continuous adaptation. Ongoing exposure to stress can modify hormonal signals involved in maintaining production. Physical activity, on the other hand, is a favorable factor by improving body composition and overall health. Resistance exercises are particularly useful for preserving muscle mass and supporting a healthy hormonal environment. However, excessive training without sufficient recovery can cause significant fatigue and compromise certain balances. Consistency is therefore more important than pursuing extreme performance to preserve your hormonal health. Nutrition also contributes to this balance by providing the energy and nutrients necessary for the body's functioning. Severe restrictions or prolonged energy deficits can temporarily reduce testosterone production. Conversely, appropriate nutrition creates an environment conducive to maintaining essential biological functions. A decrease in testosterone can never be confirmed solely by symptoms, because several causes can produce similar signs. Unusual fatigue, loss of strength, or reduced libido can have many different origins. To establish a reliable diagnosis, physicians therefore combine observed symptoms with blood test results. These tests are generally performed in the morning, because hormone concentrations naturally vary throughout the day. In some cases, multiple measurements are necessary to confirm that a decrease is truly present and persistent. Testosterone treatment, also called TRT or replacement therapy, is reserved for individuals with confirmed deficiency and compatible symptoms. Its goal is not to artificially enhance performance, but to correct a real hormonal shortage. When prescribed, it can improve certain parameters such as muscle mass, energy, or bone density. However, medical monitoring remains essential to adjust treatment and limit side effects. Use without medical indication can disrupt natural production and cause significant imbalances. Products marketed as testosterone boosters often promise a lot, but their effects are generally limited. Despite interest in supplements, the most effective strategies remain the fundamentals: sufficient sleep, physical activity, and metabolic balance. Testosterone is therefore not a miracle solution, but one element of a much larger biological system. Knowledge about it evolves every day, as medical research continues to study its impact on aging and cognition. Understanding testosterone helps you move beyond myths and adopt a clearer view of its real role. If this video gave you a clearer understanding of human biology and helped deepen your perspective on hormonal health, subscribe to the channel for rigorous scientific analyses and content dedicated to longevity and the functioning of the human body.